Welcome back to the sports show, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go down to public address announcer Brad Howe, who's the introduction of tonight's starting lineups. Brad?
And now the starting lineup for the John Taylor Pipers. 5'9" wing number 21, Mark Wilson. A 6'3" wing number 25, Adam Friesen. A 6-foot post number 32, Mike Morgan. 6'5" post number 34, Daryl Cousins. And a 5'11" wing number 44, David Morgan. And now for the home team on the scoreboard tonight, the Murdoch McKay Klansmen. A 6'2" guard, number 1, Randy Roberts. A 6'7" post, number 6, Brian Markwick. A 6'5" forward, number 15, Shane Tucker. A 6-foot guard, number 32, Paul Arrow. And a 6'5" post, number 33, Mike Porco. The Pipers are coached by James Ford and head coach Alan Friesen, and is managed by D.D. Logan. The Klansmen are coached by Mike McIver, Joel Themen, Jen Price, and head coach Grant Richter. Tonight's referees will be Mike Mile, Ozzie Philippin, and Dan Kennischuk. Tonight's scorekeepers are Sandra Fix, Manny Chan Longcoat, and Carol Pangan.
Thank you very much, Brad Howe, for the introduction of tonight's starting lineups, officials and minor officials. Play is underway. Coming up with the ball for the Murdoch McKay Klansmen, number 32, Paul Alloa. The Klansmen are moving from right to left on your screen. They're wearing gray with black trim. The John Taylor Pipers are moving from left to right on your screen. They're wearing green with yellow and white trim. Right away, Pipers get the ball.
Well, we just had a foul called on number 32, Paul Alloa.
Paul Alloa with his first personal
His first team foul, number 1 1/2. Alloa, good player, also good for your skin, I understand. So, ball goes out to the wing. Number 21, that's Wilson. Skip pass across the zone to Morgan. David Morgan, one of 2 Morgans on the floor for the Pipers. Friesen, bounce pass to Wilson, back to Friesen. They move the ball around very well, these Pipers do. There's a drive, ball gets kicked out, 3-point shot. Wilson doesn't go. He gets his own board, keeps the ball alive. Adam Friesen to Wilson, ball goes inside. Up top, back to Friesen.
John Taylor doing a really good job. If they're not getting the opportunity to shoot, they're dishing it out. So they're doing a good job of passing the ball around.
Klansmen settle things down. Hand the ball off to number 32, Paul Alloa. Also known as Pistol Paul Alloa. That's because he can shoot the lights out if he's given an opportunity. Ball goes down low looking for Roberts. It's battled along the side and coming up with this Morgan. He hands it off for Friesen. Friesen only a grade 10, but he's one of the stars of this team. Wilson from the base. Tap back, doesn't go. Rebounded by Roberts. He leads the break one-on-one against Friesen. Friesen plays on his D. Lets Roberts go up. Doesn't hit it. Ball's batted around. Coming over the board, David Morgan.
That was a strong rebound by David Morgan.
Alley-oop for Cousins. Doesn't go. Markwick with the board.
Well, so far, Sean, a very fast-paced basketball game.
Ball goes out of bounds. The Klansmen will hang on to it. Ozzie Philippin, one of our officials tonight, he hands the ball off to Shane Tucker. Goes into Roberts. Roberts drives. Ball's in the paint. Eventually the Pipers come up with it. Friesen. Shot from the outside. 3-pointer goes. Our first basket of the night goes to the Pipers. They lead it 3-0.
Again, John Taylor is driving to the hoop, not getting much of an opportunity for an inside shot, so they're dishing it out, and they're taking advantage of that 3-pointer.
There you see the score on our screen. John Taylor Pipers lead at 3-0 over the Klansmen from Murdoch McKay. 7:43 to go here in the first quarter. Full court pressure by the Pipers put on. Ball's taken by Paul Alloa. Alloa working against Wilson. Mark Wilson, very solid guard for the Pipers. If we get a good look at him later, you'll see all the tattoos that he's got on his arm. Ball goes to the outside. Randy Roberts drives into the paint, goes up strong, puts up the shot, it falls. Missy. Randy Roberts, a player with a ton of talent for this Murdoch McKay team.
Well, an extremely athletic player. You could see an example of that on that last play. He had to go up incredibly strong because John Taylor was all over him.
Ball goes inside the Cousins. He has some room, goes up with the baby shot and falls. 5-3.
That was good control by Daryl Cousins to put up that shot.
Ball gets inbounded. It's taken by Porco. Hands it off to Roberts. Look away pass down the court. Sweet look to Tucker by Roberts. He can't finish him back on the Pipers. That's David Morgan leading the break. Finds Wilson. Wilson back to Friesen. Thinks about the three. Gets his pocket picked by Roberts, and Roberts is off to the races. He goes up. Weak side. Puts it down. Smart play by Randy to protect the ball.
Well, that was a very smart play to go from the right to the left side and shake off the defender.
David Morgan, left side. Looking for some help. Finds Cousins. Brings it up top to Friesen. Inside, that's Mike Morgan with the shot. It doesn't go. Cousins fighting for the ball along with Roberts. It's Roberts who comes up with it. We're 4 minutes into the first quarter. We've got a lot of action already. 5-4. John Taylor leads it over Murdoch McKay. Roberts takes the three-pointer, goes short. Fights for the ball. It's on the ground. Morgan comes up and he gets to Friesen.
It looked like Morgan was being bounced around a little bit there.
Friesen's pass a little too long. And Coach Alan Friesen telling his son Adam to control the ball and hang on to it. Roberts on the drive. Goes into the paint. He's got a wide open layup. He puts it down for two.
That was a nice move again by Roberts. Faked like he was going to pass it, drove to the basket.
Friesen. To Morgan. It's David Morgan. Comes across to Wilson. Friesen. Substitution in the game now for Murdoch McKay first number 7, Pepper Hangman. There we get a look, Missy, at the tattoos of Mark Wilson.
Well, he's certainly got a lot of tattoos on him, that's for sure. Something you don't see a lot with high school players.
Hernandez with the ball goes to Porco. They go inside, turn around by Tucker off the glass, doesn't drop. Porco comes up with a rebound. We're going to have a jump ball situation. Pipers with the ball, looking to inbound. That's Friesen who has the ball. 4:45 to go here in the first. Drive by Morgan, kicks it out. There's a shot by Wilson. Off the three-point basket for the 21. Ball gets poked from behind and out of bounds. Paul Alloa checking his arm. Looked like he got slapped there on that play. Pipers lead at 8-6. As you can see, 4:27 remaining in the first quarter.
So far, a very close game, only a 2-point difference, and it's been end-to-end action.
Allen with the drive, he goes up strong, but he's fouled on the play. This will be the second team foul of the night against the Pipers. And that's Mark Wilson's second personal. So that'll, I'm sure, put Wilson on the bench for the next few minutes as Jory Smith waits to come into play.
It's going to be very important for Mark Wilson to stay in this game. The last time we did a telecast, he also got into some foul trouble.
Jory Smith, an interesting story. The last time we did do a Pipers game, he wasn't playing because he was getting surgery on his nose, and as you can see, he's wearing a protective guard on his face. We'll get a close-up shot of that a little later on. But good of Jory to stay with it and come back and play for the Pipers. Morgan left side, up top to Friesen. Back to Morgan. Friesen wide open with a three-point shot. In and out, doesn't go. Ball's rebounded by Cousins. Across to Morgan. Morgan fakes it, drives, goes up hard, and he's fouled in the play. He'll go to the line to shoot two. So we get a look at Daryl Cousins, big 6'5" post player for the Vipers.
Well, we've got a good matchup there with Daryl Cousins at 6'5", and on the other side we've got number 6 Brian Markwick at 6'7", so a very good matchup there.
Going it over David Morgan, a 5'11", grade 11 wing player. This is the first. 3:56 to go here in the first. Morgan hits the second. Roberts with the ball. Driving in, nice move by Roberts. He goes up strong and he's fouled again. It looks like this foul will go against number 32, Mike Morgan, if it does. That's Morgan's first.
Well, we're seeing Murdoch McKay drive to the basket, so a lot of one-on-one, not a lot of team play passing it around, just driving to the hoop.
And that's really been the style of play for Murdoch McKay throughout most of the year. They figure they've got an advantage on most situations, so they just let their players, even though they play within certain structures, they let their players, if they have the advantage, to go to the hole.
That's also one advantage when you're an extremely athletic team.
Friesen coming back down the court for the Pipers. Smith with the ball right side. Looks for some help. He finds Friesen. Across to Morgan. Morgan guarded closely by Roberts. Back out to Friesen. Now it's Friesen with the ball. Drives in the paint, goes up with a shot. Sweet touch by Adam.
It was a sweet touch. John Taylor doing a really good job of passing that ball around, trying to create some space. Nice look-away pass there by Randy Roberts.
Unfortunately, both couldn't hold on to the ball. And back from the Pipers. Smith, three-point territory. Back to Friesen. Cross to Morgan. Morgan to Friesen. Back to Morgan, three-point territory. There's the shot. It's long. Porco almost steps out of bounds, turns it over, and going up for the layup and then missing it was Morgan. Ball's rebounded by Hernandez. Hernandez trying to dribble out of trouble.
Well, Hernandez is an exchange student from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico.
Foul on the shot. This will put Randy Roberts at the line for two. That foul goes against number 44, David Morgan. That's David Morgan's first. Team foul number 4.5. 11-9 the score in favor of John Taylor right now. Roberts hits the first, cuts the lead to 1. There you see the time remaining in the first. 2:21 to go. Roberts misses the second. Ball's taken by Cousins. Friesen. Lead pass down the court to John Lundgren, who's in the ball game for the Pipers. Lundgren. He'll shoot the three. In and out it goes. Ball's rebounded on the part of Alloa, and he starts the break for the Klansmen.
Well, we talked about how these rims can be a little bit unfriendly, and we're seeing that tonight again.
Hits the basket, gives the Klansmen a lead by 1. Hernandez pressure leads to a turnover. And Alan Friesen, as you can see in the background of our screen, is not happy with the inbounding efforts of his players.
Well, they need to settle down and make sure that the pass gets inside to a teammate.
Roberts goes up. He gets swatted by Cousins. Hernandez backs him up. Gives it to Roberts in traffic. He hits it. Roberts was double teamed, but he still got the numbers.
That's right. He was double teamed there, but remained extremely focused.
There you see Adam Friesen. Coach Alan Friesen, as you can see, very animated right now, talking to Mike Morgan. Allen not pleased with the effort he's getting from some of his players here this evening.
Well, we saw Hernandez create a turnover when it was inbounded last play. He almost created a second turnover here.
Everett Stewart into the game now. He replaces Morgan. Smith to Friesen. Friesen drives in the corner. There's the shot. It's short. Hernandez. The little guard comes up with a big board. Alloa wide open for a three. He misses it. Klansman all over the boards. And it looks like number 15, Shane Tucker, will go to the line to shoot too.
Well, when that shot was being taken, we saw Murdoch McKay get the inside position, so John Taylor has to box out. They've got a lot of tall players. They've got to make sure that they bring down some of those rebounds.
That foul goes against number 34, Joe Cousins, his first. Team foul number 5.5. Let's listen in to Coach Friesen and the Pipers.
Look, Lee. Guys, go out there, call out your checks. Like, you guys are sleeping on the bench. You're sleeping on the floor. It's one game. Let's get our heads in the game, okay? Come on, Green. Now, now, let's run the offense, okay? Let's run it. Let's get good shots, okay? Look, okay? Let's go. 3, 2, 1, fight.
Missing Coach Friesen giving some basic instructions to his team, wanting them to get into this game, get focused, and just try running the offense and not get caught up in the one-on-one game that Murdoch likes to play. That's
right. Sometimes the opponents can throw you off your style of play, and they have to focus on what's gotten them here to this point.
We're getting a look at some of the Murdoch McKay fans, including Mike Adamski, a teacher wearing the green jacket on the left, also known as Mike of the Mic, because he works at Winnipeg Blue Bomber games as the press box announcer. So
sitting beside him is Brian McLaren.
Yes.
Former track athlete.
So all kinds of celebrities in the house tonight here at the Duckworth Center watching this one, just as you are at home watching us on the sports show. Tucker hits the second. Extends the lead to 4 for Murdoch McKay. Almost an over back violation. Friesen made it across the line before the ball did. Ball comes out. Friesen from the free throw line. Shot goes short. Rebounded by Roberts. Roberts starting the fast break, coming down the court. 1-on-3. Randy Roberts dishes. Ball slapped out of bounds. Good defensive effort by Everett Stewart.
Again, a very fast pace. We're seeing Murdoch McKay just driving to the basket every single time. That time when he drove, he tried dishing it off, but it was swatted out of bounds.
Alloa thinks about the three, then he drives in, turnaround jumper. It goes up, doesn't fall. Roberts underneath. One-handed circus shot doesn't go. He gets the ball back. He goes up again, this time from 5. And he misses that off.
Well, when you get that many shots, you're bound to capitalize on one of them.
33 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Friesen lobs it in. There's Stewart. Ball goes back to Friesen. Across to Smith. Smith slides, almost falls. Finds Stewart from the free throw line. Shot doesn't go. It's rebounded by Porco. 13 seconds now remaining in the quarter. Klansmen likely to play for one.
Looks like they're taking their time here, so they are going to go for the one. There's only 3 seconds left.
Roberts in traffic. Shot goes up. That'll kill the clock. Our score after one quarter play, the Murdoch McKay Klansmen 17, the John Taylor Pipers 11. We'll take a short break. We come back. Second quarter action awaits here on the Sports Show.
Hello, I'm Tracy Koga, host for Plugged In. There's a lot of reasons to watch Cable 11 these days, not the least of which is you may see someone you know. So join myself and all of our Plugged In reporters for an informative and enjoyable half hour each week on Plugged In.
Get plugged in, plug into your life, plug into here and now. Get plugged in.
Imagine. Nearly a third of Manitobans participate in amateur sport. It's a part of our culture.
Play to win.
The economic benefits are everywhere. When you get involved, we all win.
Play for fun.
It's about self-confidence, leadership, commitment to goals. It's about balance for everyone, for life.
Play for life.
Second quarter action just underway. Alloa with the ball. He drives, dishes to Porco underneath. Porco misses the shot. Ball's eventually rebounded by Alloa. He'll take the three. It goes out of bounds, slapped off the back of the structure. The Pipers will get the ball.
That's right, that went off the back part of the backboard, so it's out of bounds.
Friesen with the ball. His team down by 6. Ball comes across to Morgan. Back to Friesen. Skipped across to Lundgren. Here's Friesen, three-point attempt. Doesn't go, rebounded by Pepper Hernandez. Alloa with the ball. Drives into the paint, goes in, surrounded by 4 Pipers. And they come up with it. It's David Morgan. He goes up with a layup, and it falls. We just get the 4.
Well, he made sure on that particular shot. On that last possession, though, it looked like the Murdoch McKay player was almost mauled by 4 of the John Taylor players, but there was no foul called on the play.
22nd timeout called by Murdoch McKay. Well, here, we'll see if we can listen in on one of the timeouts here.
What are you pulling crap like pumping in the air? Hey, he's not going to block your shot, all right? Here's what we want, okay? We want small, okay? We want Shane is going to be here. Pepper is going to push through and get him, right? We're looking for Shane coming across. Pepper's coming up, okay? Let's run half-court sets against set offense, all right? Let's run half-court sets against set offense, okay? Let's go, boys. 3, 2, 1.
Coach Grant Richter, head coach of this Murdoch McKay team, also an assistant coach of the Winnipeg Westmen. He's coached provincial teams. He always coaches about 4 teams at any one time, it seems to me. A very busy man.
Well, and that gives a coach a lot of experience, especially when you're doing different levels.
Alloa with the ball. Looks inside for Tucker. Tucker in traffic. Jump ball called. Pipers will get possession. We have substitution. Randy Roberts coming back in. He'll replace Shane Tucker, who takes a seat. And now we'll get things going again. 8:54 to go here in the second quarter. 4-point lead for Murdoch McKay. Pipers with the ball. Morgan up top to Friesen. Cross to Lundgren. Back to Friesen. Looks for the 3. Drives, then takes the 3. Shot goes short. Cousins with the board. Off the glass and down for 2.
Well, so far, that's almost the only way Cousins is getting some points is by bringing down the rebound and then going up for the shot. Because John Taylor's having a very difficult time getting the ball inside to Cousins.
Ball goes out of bounds. Klansman will hang on to it. There we get a look at Randy Roberts. And now Mike Porco inbounds it to Roberts. His shot doesn't go. Rebounded by Morgan. Friesen lead pass down the court to Lundgren. Lundgren kicks it back out. Friesen goes into the paint, puts up the one-hander. It doesn't go. Cousins taps at it. Friesen again. This one doesn't go. Cousins a huge board underneath. He's battling with Randy Roberts. Both players don't want to give up possession of the ball. We have a jump, and this one will go to Murdoch McKay.
Well, we knew both teams were going to come out and play very aggressively tonight, and that's a sure example of it.
But Missy, let's get a quick look at that last play because it really shows the competitive nature of both these athletes.
That's for sure. The whistle had gone already, and the alternating possession was already called, but they would not give up on that ball.
Ball's on the ground. Friesen comes up with it. Gets it to David Morgan. Morgan to Lundgren. Off the glass and down. Ties this game up at 17.
Probably a smart play to use the backboard there because I'll tell you, when you're going just for the rim shot there, it's not being too friendly.
Roberts with the ball to Porco. Inside Tucker, double team, now triple team. 3-second violation called. Pipers get the ball back.
I guess it sounds better if you actually say shooting just for the basket instead of a rim shot.
Yes, there were no bad jokes told here. So 17 all to score. 7:21 to go here in the second quarter.
Well, we've seen the lead change hands a few times. We saw John Taylor coming out very strong, and then Murdoch McKay took over the lead. And now we're at a tie game, 17 all.
Time out on the floor. Let's see if we can listen in.
Nice game we're playing. Our effort is there. If we don't run half-court sets, we're going to lose, okay? If you think we're going to just dribble down and score against these guys, we are going to lose. I want our half-court sets, and I want extra. Shane, we're not going to give you the ball again if you're not going to shoot it, okay? We got to be twice at 4 feet, and you don't want to shoot it, all right? Brian was there for the rebound. All you got to do is get it up on the glass. If you want to piss around with it, we get it to you at 4 feet, score the ball. That's all there is to it. I don't want to hear excuses. All right, we're running high, all right? Mike is at high post. Randy's the duck-in man. Brian is there. Brian, you were wide open on that, weren't you? Okay? Well, listen, if we get it here, that's fine. Randy, you're going to shoot the ball. Brian's on the board. Okay? Guys, press. We have to run our half-court sets. That's all there is to it. All right, we got it? Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Missy, we get a look at public address announcer Brad Howe, and I had the pleasure of training Brad years ago, and we also see Sandra Fix, a player for the Daniel McIntyre Collegiate Maroons. Brad told me before the game, because he's a former Murdoch McKay student, that he's going to be totally biased in announcing tonight. It's nice to know at least one person in the gym's honest this evening.
Well, I'm not sure if he's being totally biased, because when he was announcing the team, you could sense some kind of, not favoritism, but excitement with the Murdoch McKay team.
So, not completely biased yet, but he's working on it. So we'll see if he's a homer by the end of the night here for Murdoch McKay. Right now, Pipers come up with the ball. They need it by 2. Less than 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Friesen dishes to Lundgren. Lundgren inside to Cousins. He's wide open. Shots partially blocked by Markwick. Lead pass goes down the court to Markwick. Cousins hustles back and knocks it out of bounds.
As soon as Cousins gets the ball, he's got to take a fast shot. I think he just took a little bit too long on that release.
He was open. He had to get it off quicker. You're right. Porco gets the ball into Markwick, hands it off to Aloha. 6.5 minutes to go in the second. It's 19-17 in favor of the Pipers. Number 2 and 3 ranked teams going at it here. Roberts ties things up. Once again, Randy getting the job done, whether it's from the inside or from the outside.
That's right. He got the inside positioning there, and we saw the lead pass. So John Taylor has to try and deny that pass.
Morgan. Cross to Lundgren. Back to David Morgan. Lundgren, 3-point territory. There's the shot. It drops. Pipers by 3. Ball goes into Roberts. Double teamed. Puts it on the floor. Aloha comes up with it. 3-on-2 chance, but he goes all the way himself. Puts up the circus shot. It doesn't go. Turnaround by Tucker. It falls. 1-point lead for the Pipers.
Another good rebound by Tucker and a nice in-turn towards the basket. Put it up for the easy 2.
Lundgren to Friesen. Back to Lundgren. Adam Friesen bounce pass in the paint. Mike Morgan across to Cousins. Cousins turnaround jumper doesn't go. Cousins comes up with it. Kicks it out to Friesen. Thinks about the 3. Drives in. Ball slap from behind. Friesen gets it back. Left-handed baby hook goes short. Kept alive by Tucker. Aloha. Baseline. Roberts. But he's traveled in the process. Ball goes over to John Taylor.
John Taylor slowing things up a little bit here.
Morgan back to Friesen. To Mike Morgan from the free throw line. Morgan takes it, doesn't go. Ball slapped back in. Cousins didn't get possession, but by just tapping it, it goes in.
That's right. He's done a very good job underneath the basket. At 6'5", he's just reaching nice and high, tapping that ball right back in.
24-21 our score. Porco with the ball to Tucker. Roberts on the wing puts up the 3. doesn't go. Now Friesen comes back for John Taylor. His team leads it by 3 with 4:14 to go. Lundgren back to Friesen. Friesen across to Morgan, fakes the shot, he's got a layup, he goes reverse side, doesn't fall. Cousins, huge board, ball slapped away by Roberts, it's on the deck. Porco goes after it, players diving all over the place, we've got a jump ball, and the Pipers will hang on to the possession of the rock.
Well, that's just sheer aggressive play. No one was under control there, but players just going after the ball.
Let's get a look at the wrestling that was going on there, Missy.
And we saw this shot being taken, players just going for that ball, a little bit out of control, but players not giving up at all.
Good hustle there by both teams. Hustling now is Aloha. He's got Roberts with him, but he goes on his own. We have a blocking foul called against number 44, David Morgan. It is his second of the half.
It looked like David Morgan was pretty close to establishing position. I thought it might have almost been a charge, but referee saw it differently than I did.
24-21. I don't usually say this, Missy, but I agree with you on that one.
And you said that on air. Thank you.
Yes, I guess it's part of written history now. But I thought Morgan did have position on that play.
Well, it looked like he did. You saying that is in front of a ton of witnesses.
Well, I guess it proves that even world peace is a possibility. So. Friesen with the ball, comes up court for the Pipers. His team leads it by 2. Lundgren with the ball, he shoots the 3, it goes. Second three-pointer of the night for John Lundgren.
That's right, if they're going to give him that much time, he's certainly going to take advantage of it, and he's hot right now.
Porco with the ball left side to Tucker. To Roberts. Roberts three-pointer of his own. It falls. Randy Roberts not afraid to shoot the long-distance J.
Well, you never know what Murdoch McKay is going to do. They drive into the basket a lot of times. Now they're shooting three-pointers, and they've got a very big team out there. I mean, they've got a couple players at 6'5", 6'7", so basically anyone can get the ball, and they're an offensive threat.
The never shy Alan Friesen off the bench, yelling out instructions to his players. The Pipers lead by 2, 27-25 with 3:07 to go in the second quarter. Get a look at Mike Morgan there. Looking to inbound for the Pipers. Gets it to David. David Morgan to Friesen. Morgan drives. He goes up strong off the glass. Cousins, another offensive board. He goes up again. Ball's batted around. Pipers will hang on to it.
We're seeing a few shots being taken. Cousins once again doing a good job underneath the basket.
Number 7, Pepper Hernandez, as we mentioned, from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. His parents run a restaurant there. I know Coach Richter wants to go get a free meal at that restaurant when he goes down there on vacation. Lundgren with yet another 3. His third of the game establishes a 5-point lead for the Pipers.
This is probably one of the biggest leads we've seen so far in this game.
Hernandez to Roberts. He takes another 3 of his own. Off the glass and down. You got to call your banks in this league, Missy.
That's for sure. I'll tell you, John Taylor's putting up the 3, sinking them, but Murdoch's coming right back and doing the same thing.
Morgan across to Friesen. Back to Morgan. We've got a foul away from the ball. Looks like it happened in the low post. This might go against Shane Tucker. It does. That's Tucker's first team foul.
Call called on him? You know what I mean? Like, if you're not going to call it one way, how can we call it the other? Every time he's fighting to get around, he's got an arm on him.
A phrase known as working the refs, and that referee who we just saw there was Dan Kinischuk. Dan has a special hello to his daughters, Chantal and Brittany, who are watching tonight. So hello to you from your dad, Dan. He hopes you're enjoying the broadcast and, of course, his efforts on the court tonight. Ball goes out of bounds over to the Pipers with 1:58 to go here in the first half.
Once again, we saw players fighting for the ball, but that ball went out of bounds off Shane Tucker.
Get a look at Mike Morgan. Cousins. Across to Lundgren, another three-point attempt. His fourth three-pointer of the night this season. He's on fire. 32-28. They only credited him with a 2 there, Missy. But unless the scoreboard's wrong. But he is certainly hot from the outside. Roberts, equally hot. He hits a 3, moves it to 1.
Well, if one team can do it, the other team can certainly do it, and that's what they're demonstrating here.
From the outside, David Morgan trying to get into the action. Sean Roberts goes back in the court. Pulls up for the 3. Off the window. It doesn't go. It's out of bounds over to the Pipers. Pipers lead by 1 with 1:14 to go.
And that three-pointer almost looked like it was going to drop in, but it bounced right back out.
David Morgan. Friesen with the ball. Wide open is Lundgren in the paint. He goes off the glass and drops it.
Well, Lundgren again, not only can he shoot the three-pointers, but he's good right under the boards.
45 seconds left in the half. Tucker. Ball goes out to Alloa. He shoots the 3. He hits it. We're tied at 34. 37 seconds to go. Friesen to Morgan. Friesen now with the ball. 26 seconds to go. David Morgan, three-point territory. He drives the baseline. And he's fouled on the play. And it's an offensive foul called against Morgan. And if it does go against him, it's his 3rd. No, they're not calling a foul. They're just saying he stepped out of bounds. So fortunately for Morgan, he avoids his 3rd foul for the moment. 20 seconds and counting now remaining in the first half. Randy Roberts walking the ball up the court. His team playing for 1 shot here, trying to go into halftime with a lead. It's tied at 34. Hernandez to Roberts. 3-point shot by Roberts goes up, in and out, slapped out of bounds. Hanging on to the ball will be the Klansmen with just 0.1 seconds left. Missy, a 1/10 of a second. I don't know if they can even get a shot off in this time.
Well, it's going to be very difficult. Clock starts as soon as it's in, and you're right, very difficult, but went in. But it's not going to count, unfortunately.
It's not going to count, but the fans will like it. We're tied at 34 after 1/2 of play. We've just been playing for stats so far. Come back. We'll have second half action for you, as well as some interviews at halftime after this short break here on The Sports Show. Stick around.
Again, basketball fans, this is Bill Wedlake, head coach of the University of Winnipeg Westmen. Welcome to our 9th season on Videon and Shaw Cable 11 with our show Westmen Basketball. And what a great season it's going to be.
Join the Westmen for a slam dunk and good time exclusively on Cable 11.
Cable in the classroom, tears down walls, opens minds. Provided as an educational service to schools by participating Canadian cable companies.
Welcome back to courtside at the University of Winnipeg's Duckworth Center. Sean Coates being joined now by 2 members of the Oak Park Raiders girls basketball team, victorious last night in their semifinal game and going on to the finals to play the Glenlawn Lions. Joining me are Emily Rimmer and Marcia Murdoch. Emily, first of all, maybe if you can, give me some comments on how important last night's win was for your team.
Oh, it was a big win. You know, we came back from 14 points down and pulled together as a team and overcame it, so it was really great.
Okay. And Marcia, what were you thinking? What was your team thinking when you guys were down by that much last night? Did you think you'd come back and make it a game?
Oh, we totally thought we could come back. We just kind of stayed focused and just wanted to play good and win.
Emily, what was the key to the comeback? Was it the defense that you guys, the full court pressure you put on them?
Oh, I think so. And they stayed on 40 points for a long time, and we were able to hold them there. So I think it was really good. Our defense was really good.
Okay. Marcia, if you can, give me a comment on the season and how it's gone for your team. You guys have really had a special year.
Well, we've had a really good season, but we've really struggled with a lot of injuries. We had Jen hurt at the beginning of the season. Emily just got back from an injury, and lots of injuries here and there. So it's lots of injuries, but it's been a good season. We've really played good.
Now, what do you guys have to do to win it tomorrow, Emily? What do you expect to face when you play Glenlawn?
Oh, tough defense, and we have to play really well and stay focused, and I don't know, not do very many silly mistakes, or just play well for 40 minutes.
Okay, now finally, Marcia, then you guys have played Glenlawn a few times this year, 4, I believe. What kind of rivalry do you have with these guys?
We have a really big rivalry. We won 3 times. They've beaten us once, and it's just a really competitive game because we both really want to win tomorrow. So it's a pretty big rivalry.
Okay, well, we wish you guys lots of luck tomorrow against Glenlawn, and we look forward to having a great game on Cable 11 with you guys. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Marcia Murdoch and Emily Rimmer, 2 members of the Oak Park Raiders team. They go into action tomorrow against the Glenlawn Lions, 6 o'clock here at the University of Winnipeg's Duckworth Center in the first final. In the second final, it will be the College Jean Sauvé Olympians, who are victorious over Kelvin in our first semifinal tonight. They will take on the winner of the game you're watching right now on the sports show, the John Taylor Pipers, taking on, of course, the Murdoch McKay Clansmen. The winner of that one going against CJS tomorrow at 8 p.m. at the Duckworth Center. Now, this week on Plugged In, we invite you to visit the Manitoba Children's Museum with our host, Tracy Koga. Other stories this week include a look at the cerebral palsy stationary bike race, and we're checking out what the needs of the Prairie Dog Central are. Now, we know they're in the midst of a critical fundraising campaign right now, in which we can all help to save that historical treasure, which also brings much pleasure to people each and every year. And also, as you can see now in this clip, Jason Fry introduces us to the Law Enforcement Torch Run. I'll take a look at that right now.
Now, tell us how members of our community here in Winnipeg can get involved with the Manitoba Law Enforcement Torch Run.
Well, what we're doing for our fundraising vehicle this year, Jason, is we used to do pledges for the torch runners, but we found that sort of took away from the significance of the torch run itself, because basically the torch run is just a way to promote awareness of the actual Special Olympics. So what we've done is, because of people supporting us over the last 10 years, we put together a gift certificate book, which will sell for $19.98. It has gift certificates in it valuing over $300. One of the first certificates in the book will be for a free Law Enforcement Torch Run t-shirt.
Jeff, tell us why it's important to support Manitoba Special Olympics.
It's to make friends and have fun and go there and just go for your goal and go for it all the way.
Thank you very much, Jason Fry. Yes, indeed, a very great and worthy cause, and those thank you books are waiting to be purchased by all now. And of course, you can get those by calling the following number. I'll give it to you twice so you have a chance to write it down. And these, of course, are the books for the Law Enforcement Torch Relay. The number is 256-5322. That's 256-5322. And make sure that you watch for the Torch Run June the 5th. And special hello to Jeff Calvo, who was interviewed in that piece. My friend Jeff, hello. How are you? Good to see you here on the Sports Show once again. Now, we'd like to take a look at some of the upcoming community sporting events happening in the city, and of course, some information on some of our up-and-coming broadcasts. If you're enjoying this tournament, and our exclusive coverage continues tomorrow, here's what the remainder of the weekend looks like. Tonight, we are live with the boys semifinal. On Saturday, we will replay the girls semifinal at 2 p.m., and then go live at 6 p.m. with the Final Four matchup from the Duckworth Center. And that, of course, will be the girls' match at 6 p.m. involving Emily Rimmer, Marcia Murdoch, Jennifer Presian, and the whole Oak Park team as they take on Glenlawn at 6 p.m. This is the best of best of the best. You don't dare want to miss this action at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Now, in case you missed Friday or Saturday's live games, they will be replayed on Sunday as follows. Now, this is a special lineup because, of course, this is a special event. The times are 1 p.m. We will replay the boys' semifinal match here that you're seeing tonight on the sports show. And then at 5 p.m., the boys and girls finals from Saturday will be replayed. That begins at 5 p.m. on Sunday. Now, just in case you didn't get your fill of this exciting action, guess what? We'll replay the final matches again on Thursday, March 26th at 5 p.m. So that's the boys and girls finals, Thursday, March 26th at 5 p.m. The Provincial 4A basketball finals exclusively on Cable 11, your link to community sports in Winnipeg. Now, next week, we will bring you the Myers Provincial Curling live from the Pembina Curling Club. Hurry hard, hurry over to Cable 11 next Friday at 7 p.m. Chuck Clement and Pete Nichols bringing you all that action, the Myers Provincial Curling event next Friday, March 27th at 7 p.m. All right, now you're caught up to date with all the community sporting events happening in and around Winnipeg. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have second half action for you here on the Sports Show. Stick around.
Condominium Life is the hottest property on Cable 11. Condominium Life gives you important information if you're considering the purchase, sale, or management of a condo anywhere in Winnipeg. Condominium Life is a show custom-made for you, with accredited experts to give you the straight goods. Watch us Mondays at 5:30 on video on Cable 11.
I like to learn jumps and spins.
I love jumping. I love to fly.
A little hard work and a little determination can take you a long ways.
Discover the possibilities. Skating Unlimited. Contact the Manitoba section of the Canadian Figure Skating Association and skate for life.
It gives you a feeling that nothing else can.
Sometimes say in this sport, the hole is the goal. You got to put the ball in the basket in order to win this game. Missy, we've got some people who've put the ball in the basket a few times in the first half, and I understand you've got an update on the scoring.
Yeah, just to give a review of the first half. On John Taylor's side, we've got John Lundgren, who's leading the way with 15 points. Daryl Cousin is the next highest scorer with 6 points, but a lot of their scoring has been spread amongst the entire team. On the other side, Randy Roberts, 23 points, leads the way, but only 3 players on the Murdoch McKay team have scored. Randy Roberts, number 1, number 15 has also scored, and that would be Shane Tucker and Paul Alloa.
So really, a one-man show, Randy Roberts, for the most part here. 23 of his team's 34 points. That's amazing. I guess Coach Alan Friesen must have said one thing at halftime. Shut down Roberts.
That's for sure.
You think you have to be a genius to coach this game? Not really, eh?
Well, we figured it out.
Yeah. Once I figure that out, you're in trouble. Right now, we're just about ready to start third quarter action. Possession arrow indicates the ball goes to Murdoch McKay. They will inbound it. It's Porco looking to get it in. He gets it into Markwick. Markwick over to Alloa. There you see our score, 34 all. We're early in the third quarter. That shot rebounded by the Pipers. It's Adam Friesen coming up court for JT.
Well, this game is still anyone's. We've seen the lead change hands a couple of times already.
In and out, victory lapping down. Count the basket for Friesen. Pipers, 2-point lead. I have a feeling this one's going to go down right to the wire, Missy. It's these two teams so evenly matched.
Well, if the first half is any indication how this game's going to turn out, you're exactly right. It's been point for point, very close. The largest lead I think we've seen so far is 6 points, but then the other team just comes back to tie it and then take the lead.
Roberts with all kinds of time in the paint, still couldn't put the ball away. We'll have a foul behind the play. I believe this will go against number 15, Shane Tucker.
It looked like he was trying to slap the ball away and ended up connecting with the player's hand.
That's Tucker's second. Team foul number 1 and a half. Friesen coming up court for the Pipers. Goes by Alloa. Bounce pass across to David Morgan. Morgan drives the paint, dishes it off to Mike Morgan. He puts the shot down. And he's fouled. I believe this will go against number 6, Brian Markwick.
Well, that was a most difficult shot. You can see that Morgan is not that tall a player, and he had Markwick all over him. So at 6'7", he was ready to slap that one right back down.
Yes, indeed. It does go against Markwick. At the line, Mike Morgan trying to complete the three-point play. Morgan hits it. 5-point lead, the biggest for the Pipers tonight. We're up 39-34. Ball's almost stolen by David Morgan. Good hustle there on the baseline.
We've seen the full court press being put on by John Taylor, and it resulted in that ball being slapped away.
That foul against Markwick earlier was his second. Roberts on the drive. He traveled. Roberts looking for a foul.
So it looked like he picked up the ball just a little bit too early and took too many steps after that.
That's Wilson. Had a good first half until he had to come out with foul trouble. Morgan to Cousins, back to Morgan. Morgan on the drive. Dish. Ball comes across to Wilson. Three-point attempt. Falls short. Markwick with the board. Klansmen hang on to it.
Then we're seeing the press being put on by John Taylor, but a sagging presser coming off them now.
There you see Alloa with the ball. Gives it to Tucker. They go inside Markwick in traffic. There's a shot by Porco. It doesn't go in. The foul will go against Wilson from behind. And that's Mark's third.
As soon as Markwick got that ball, John Taylor immediately double-teamed him.
Mark Wilson with his third personal foul.
Mike Porco at the line. As I mentioned, 6'5" post player. Hits the first. This is the second. Rick Roberts with the rebound, passes it underneath. Markwick with a tap back. It doesn't go. Tucker had an effort too, but the Pipers are getting the ball back.
So far tonight, it appears that that basket and that rim is the only unfriendly one, because it wasn't working too well for John Taylor in the first half, and the same thing is happening with Murdoch.
Morgan in the paint. He gets roofed by Markwick. Ball's passed right in the hands of Tucker. Lead pass for Roberts. Randy Roberts on the breakaway. He can't finish on the follow-up. Markwick puts it down. Roberts, after having a solid first half, has missed 2 sure ones underneath. Friesen to Wilson. Back to Friesen. Ball goes down low for Cousins. Cousins with the save. Gets it to Friesen. Ball comes all the way across court to Morgan. He drives. Morgan goes up. Drops the layup down.
That was a good move by Morgan. He had tried to beat Tucker there and did, and then we saw Roberts come over and help out, and he still continued to drive to the basket. So a very good move.
Turnaround shot by Tucker. Doesn't fall. Cousins with the board. Looking for help. He finds Friesen. Lead pass to David Morgan. Morgan in traffic. Kicks it out to Friesen. Friesen from the baseline. Shot falls. Sweet shot by the great 10 out.
That certainly was a sweet shot. Nothing but net.
Roberts coming up court. Ball gets stolen from behind by Mike Morgan. Wilson with it now. Wilson looking for help. He calls for Friesen and gives him the ball. Wilson into Morgan. There's David Morgan on the outside to Friesen. Ball flipped across to Wilson. Morgan drives into traffic, puts up the shot. Contact made, no call either way. Second effort goes up, and now we'll have a foul. This may go against Shane Tucker. If it does, I believe it'll be his third.
Well, one thing John Taylor is doing very, very well is being patient on offense. They're passing it around and waiting for that golden opportunity.
We've played 3:54 here in the third quarter. All JT thus far, 43-37. They lead it. Listen in.
You had him up here at a high angle, just roll by him, go to the baseline, take that 10-foot shot. If he comes out here after you, you beat him. You understand? Okay? Otherwise, let's move the ball. Hey, look, start the ball moving. Stop over-dribbling, okay? Good job defensively.
Fighting, Mike.
Know when to cheat, right? To help out. Okay, let's go, boys. 3, 2, 1, pass.
Keep it up, keep it up. Good job, Mike. We get a look at Manny's scheme, Manny McIntyre Maroons, and the rest of this crowd checking out this great action at the University of Winnipeg's Duckworth Center. And just a reminder that these games continue tomorrow. It's the Provincial Finals at 6 and 8 here at the Duckworth Center. If you can't get down to the Duckworth Center to watch that action, make sure you check it out on Cable 11. We're the only people in the world that bring you those games tomorrow night. Is that selling it enough?
I think it certainly was.
Okay. David Morgan hits the first. And he hits the second. 8-point lead now for the Pipers.
And certainly one of the largest leads we've seen in this game.
Alloa up court for the Klansmen. The shot goes short. Saved by Porco. Keeps it alive. Ball's taken by Tucker. Back to Alloa. Alloa drives in. Goes up hard. He's fouled.
I think this is going to go against Daryl Cousins.
Let's get a look at that last foul to see on that drive by Alloa.
That was a good drive. He's going one-on-one, and again, he got mauled when he was trying to go for that basket.
They actually called that foul against number 32, Mike Morgan. That's his second. Team foul number 2 at the half.
It was hard to tell from here. I just saw Cousins putting his hands out, almost questioning it, so I assumed it was against him.
Alloa hits the second, cuts the lead to 7. Lead pass to Wilson. Back to Friesen. There's Wilson inside Cousins from the junction. Shot is short. Rebounded by Porco. Ball almost stolen by John Taylor.
Well, John Taylor playing very aggressive defense here, almost resulted in a turnover.
Randy Roberts with a 3. It doesn't drop. Markwick with the board. Looking for Tucker underneath. He puts it off the glass and down. Friesen to Morgan, wide open in the paint. Clutches, shoots, scores.
Wow, that was a really good move by Morgan. Pretty much a double pump there, waiting for the defender to come back down. Took advantage of that shot.
Very good patience on the part of Mike Morgan. 7-point lead for the Pipers, 47-40, with 4:45 to go here in the third. Roberts, 3-point territory. It doesn't go. Roberts 0 for 4 here in the second half.
Well, it looked like Porco came down with that rebound, but Adam just reached and grabbed that ball right out of his hands.
Alloa almost with the steal. Friesen fakes it, drives, finger roll, and down.
Well, that was a good drive by Adam Friesen, baseline.
Biggest lead of the night for either team, 9 points. The Pipers lead it. Alloa with the rock, trying to set things up. Gets it to Tucker. Tucker's J, doesn't go. Roberts with the rebound. And Randy finally puts one down here in the second half. He's got 25 on the game. David Morgan, left side. To Friesen. Cousins in the high post, wants the ball. It goes to the baseline. There's Morgan with the shot. Cousins goes after it. Two John Taylor players collide. They can't keep the ball alive. So we get a look at Daryl Cousins.
Tried keeping that ball in bounds, but it went off the backboard. Back of the backboard.
Substitutions, Pepper Hernandez back in the game. And seeing his first action tonight, number 10, Chris Garand. Or Garand, I should say. Chris Garand. Hernandez gets the ball in. Klansmen will hang on to it.
Well, Murdoch McKay could be the team of the future because they are actually a quite a young team. They've got 2-3 grade 10s on the team, so that would make them a fairly young team. Only a couple of grade 12s.
The rest obviously are grade 11s, and they indeed could be a good team for next year. They're a great team already this year, and adding that basket is a grade 10 player, Mike Porco. Friesen coming up the court. His team leads by 5 with 3:15 to go. Morgan drives, knocked to the floor. Cousins hits the basket. Once again, 7-point lead for the Pipers.
Full court press being put on by John Taylor.
And a full court man trying to trap Alloa. Plays the ball off his leg. Goes to Garand. Back up to Alloa. Long three-point attempt by Alloa. Doesn't fall. Cousins with the board. At the defensive end. Players reaching all over the place for the ball. Back comes Morgan for the Pipers. Breakaway layup doesn't go. Ball goes out of bounds. Over to Murdoch McKay.
Well, Murdoch obviously not looking to take any fouls there because they came off the John Taylor player. Morgan had a free run right at the basket but missed it.
2.5 minutes to go in the third. 7-point lead. It's 51-44 for the John Taylor Pipers. Garand to Porco. Across to Alloa. He puts up the three. It's short. Wilson takes the board and goes coast to coast and down.
Well, he just delayed a little bit on that layup, and that was enough for Alloa not to get a piece of that ball.
Hernandez getting himself into a little trouble. Needs some help. He finds Alloa. Just beats the 5-second count. Garand, bounce pass. There's Porco, turnaround. Jay doesn't go. Friesen comes up with the board. He leads the break. He's got a breakaway pass. If he can get it there to Cousins, he does. Cousins goes up. He drops the deuce. 9-point lead once again for John Taylor.
Well, some good passing again by John Taylor, keeping their head up and getting the nice pass to Cousins.
Timeout call on the floor by Murdoch McKay. So we get a look at Coach Friesen talking to his son Adam.
Full, please. All right, guys, listen. We're not listening, and that's why we're getting beat, okay? We're not listening. Paul, I don't want you shooting threes. I want you going to the hole. I can't stop you going to the hole, okay? We got to start running some good offense using our head. He's pushing you out under there. You can't let him push you out for position, right? We got to be tough, and we're all looking at the refs to bail us out, but they're not calling anything. So they're not going to bail you out, so you got to be tough. That's all right? Here's what we want. We want a secondary break. Guys, if a guy in the post has a guy in his back, we got to give it to him every time, okay? If we're going to shoot, we got to go to the boards, all right? Let's get Randy. Let's get Randy now, all right? Now listen, we're trapping off of a score. We're running our half court, okay? With Mike up top, right? And we got to have some energy when we do it, boys, okay? Do we understand? Okay? We got it? We got it? You're in now, right? Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Let's see an 11-point lead for the Pipers. Biggest of the night as we once again get a look at this fairly healthy crowd here at the Duckworth Center this evening.
Well, there's a really good crowd on hand here, and I'm sure things are going to be even more crowded for tomorrow's provincial final. That's what everyone's been waiting for.
A lot of good basketball action at the high school level this year, that's for sure. Roberts goes inside to Tucker. Players collapse all around him. Tucker can't hit it, but he's fouled.
Well, Coach Richter wanted them to drive towards the basket and lead that pass and go towards the boards. That's exactly what Murdoch McKay did on that last possession.
Mike Morgan with his third personal foul team.
Mike Morgan getting called for foul number 3 of the game. Coach Friesen once again barking instructions to his players. Hitting the first, Shane Tucker.
Well, this game is certainly a dogfight.
Yes, indeed. Tucker hits the pair. 1, 2, 1:12 now to go here in the third. 9-point lead by the Pipers.
And Murdoch McKay looking to trap in the corner there.
Morgan to Cousins from the baseline. It's a 11-point lead again for the Pipers. It was tied at halftime, but it's been mostly JT here in the third. Cousins intercepts the ball from Roberts. Friesen lead pass to David Morgan. Morgan against Hernandez. It doesn't drop. Rebounded by Markwood. Cousins commits the foul on Porco. It'll be Cousins' second.
Well, he anticipated that pass coming and was just a little bit late and ended up hitting him with the body.
Team foul number 2. Sorry, personal foul number 2. Team foul number 4 in the half. Roberts, long distance shot doesn't drop. Porco with the rebound, back to Roberts. Lobs it in for Markwick. Markwick turnaround jumper. It doesn't fall. There's a foul in the play, and this may go against Cousins again. Actually, they may have called it against. Yes, they did against Cousins. That's his third. So 2 quick fouls for Merrill. You'll see Brian Markwick at the line.
And that's 2 very quick fouls against Cousins.
Markwick misses the first. John Lundgren, leading scorer for the Pipers in the first half.
Well, they're looking to give Cousins a little bit of a rest here. He is in a bit of foul trouble. But Lundgren, we saw him, like you said, John, in the first half getting a lot of 3-pointers.
Markwick hits the second, cuts the lead to 10. 23 seconds to go here now in the third quarter. Friesen double team, breaks the pressure. Morgan looking inside. There's Lundgren. 12-point lead for the Pipers.
Well, Tucker almost took that ball away and knocked it out of bounds, but it definitely got to Lundgren, and he put it up for the 2.
Porco at the buzzer. It goes long. So our score after 3 quarters of play, the John Taylor Pipers 59. The Murdoch McKay Clansman 47. We'll take a short break. We come back. Fourth quarter action waits here on the Sports Show.
Celebrating the joy of physical activity for 25 years. Participation.
What's up? Who's hot? Where's the latest action spot?
Hello, I'm Tracy Koga, host for Plugged In. There's a lot of reasons to watch Cable 11 these days, not the least of which is you may see someone you know. So join myself and all of our Plugged In reporters for an informative and enjoyable half hour each week on Plugged In.
It's plugged in, plugged into your life, plugged into here and now. Get plugged in.
Fourth quarter action now underway. Mike Morgan with a shot. It doesn't drop. Forward on the part of number 15, Shane Tucker.
Well, Sean, this game was very, very close in the first half, but we have seen John Taylor pull away with a little bit of a lead. But I'm not ready to count out Murdoch McKay. They don't strike me as a team that's ready to give up or to go out easy.
Aller with the ball. Puts up the shot. It drops. Off bounds. Fadeaway J, but it goes.
Press being put on by Murdoch McKay. John Taylor doing a really good job of passing their way out of that.
Friesen fakes it, takes it, makes it.
Did you ever teach English? Because you're really good with that poetry.
Clever, but never.
That's bad, but I think it's real sad.
Tucker with the ball to Porco. Ball gets slapped away and taken by Cousins. He starts the break for the Pipers. He goes up and he's fouled by Porco, his first. Team foul number 5 of the half. Get a look at Daryl Cousins, grade 12 athlete. Also played on the volleyball team for the Pipers under the guidance, tutelage, and mastery of Andrew Mead.
Andrew Mead has coached a couple of years now and won the Provincials. Was that about 2 years ago? 3 years ago, sorry.
Yes, one of the few people to win a Provincials as a player and a teacher at the same school. But not in the same year, of course.
Of course not. Otherwise, he would be ineligible.
Yes. Or Wunderkind, one of the two. 62-49 the score. Big lead for the Pipers here with 8:35 to go in the fourth. Roberts in the corner working against Friesen. Takes the three. Doesn't make it, but he's fouled. That means he'll go to the line to shoot three. And I believe this foul will go against Adam Friesen.
Well, when you're shooting a three and you get fouled on the three, then you get the three free throws. That's almost a tongue twister.
It's easy for you to say. Get a look at Coach Friesen again, talking to his son. Roberts hits the first. Randy, starter on this team in grade 10. He's continued all the way through to this, his final year in high school. Roberts hits all 3 of the free throws, giving him 28 on the night. Ball slapped out of bounds. Pipers will hang on to it. They lead it by 10, 62-52. Ball stolen by Alawa. Markwick almost loses it. Gets it out to Alawa from 3-point territory. Misses a big board by Cousins. Players on the ground. Jump ball called. Alternating possession will give the ball to the Klansmen.
Well, that was Cousins and Hernandez fighting for the ball.
Timeout called by the John Taylor Pipers. Let's get a look at that last action. Missy, players really going after the ball.
Well, we talked about their aggressive play throughout this entire game. Here we're seeing the shot being taken, both players going up. Cousins had the ball, but Hernandez not afraid, reaching in and grabbing that ball.
Dare we say that Pepper Hernandez is a real pepper pot out there. Let's listen in.
Slap! Timeout! Okay? Down? Yeah. Hey, I got a better idea. Let's reverse it. Randy's coming for Shane. If we don't get Shane, we got Randy at the foul line. All right? Now, guys, we got to bring some intensity to the press. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Lots of time, lots of time.
Well, on that last play, Pepper Hernandez not only aggressive, but hot. So that would actually make him a hot Pepper.
Indeed. Some like it hot. And you've got it hot here at the Duckworth Center. 8:05 to go. 10-point lead for the Pipers. Murdoch McKay trying to get back in this one. Wilson comes up with the ball for JT. Back to Friesen. Pitch and catch between Wilson and Friesen. They let Morgan play. They give him the ball. Goes back to Friesen. Cross to Wilson. 3-point attempt. It goes down. Mark Wilson with the tray.
Well, we haven't seen much of Mark Wilson. He's been out with a little bit of foul trouble, but there he makes his presence known.
Friesen had the early game, but he decided wisely to set up the offense and kill some clock here. His team up by 13. Morgan on the base goes inside to Mike Morgan. Shot does go. Markwick with the board.
Well, Mike Morgan just tried forcing that ball off the backboard. He needs to just relax and lay it up there.
Alawa for the Klansmen. Little shake, little bake, left-handed. Jay drops one. 7:05 to go. Press leads to a turnover, but then a traveling violation call.
Well, very aggressive defense by Murdoch McKay resulted in the turnover, but then a travel ball being called.
As you could see there, Alloa wanting the foul. He was slapping his wrist saying he got hit there, but didn't come up with it. Players colliding, and this will go against Alloa for colliding with the Piper player. Missy, let's get a look at that earlier play.
Well, here we're seeing the shot go up, turn around. Didn't look like it was going to go in at first, but it eventually did fall in.
Alloa gets called for his second personal team foul, number 5.5. Ball's taken by David Morgan underneath. He puts it down. Piper's now up by 13.
Well, you talk about aggressive play. The captain, Shane Tucker, came down with that rebound, but Morgan just grabbed it right out of his hands and immediately went up for the 2.
Alloa hits the jumper, cuts the lead back to 11. Pipers break the pressure. That's David Morgan. Comes across court. Pass goes a little too high for Mark Wilson. Now the Klansmen with a chance to come down and score 2.
Coach Friesen once again wants his team just to settle down and make sure on those passes.
Players battling for the ball. It goes out of bounds. Klansmen will hang on to it. They trail by 11 with 6:06 to go. Hernandez kicks it across to Markwick. Off the glass.
That was a tough shot for Markwick. He had to reach nice and high because he had Cousins ready to stuff that one down.
Friesen sets up the half-court offense. Ball across to Morgan. Into Cousins. Cousins on the drive off the glass. Doesn't fall. There's Morgan. He puts it down, and he's fouled on the play.
Again, Morgan's in the right place at the right time. That shot was taken by Cousins. Morgan getting the rebound, immediately turning around, going up for the 2, and was fouled on the play.
And more importantly, that's foul number 4 of the game against Shane.
Keep boarding, Daryl. You the man. Keep doing it.
Morgan misses the free throw, but guess what? There's a lane violation against Hernandez. That means Morgan gets a free opportunity again.
That's right. The rule change this year is you cannot go in until the ball hits the rim.
Or goes through the basket.
Or it goes through the basket, exactly.
12-point lead for the Pipers. 5:40 to go in the 4th. Alloa with the ball. Going one-on-one, trying to do it all on his own. He's fouled. This will go against Cousins. That'll be foul number 4 of the game against Cousins now. Missy Cousins picks up his 4th on this play. As we were mentioning, Missy Cousins has 4 fouls, and it came on that last play that we were just talking about.
That's right. Alloa was driving to the basket here, one-on-one. You see Cousins reach in from the side, got called on the foul.
Alloa missed the second. He got the ball back. He shoots a 3-pointer, but it's blocked by David Morgan, who leads the break. Morgan, 3-on-3, puts it up, in and out, rebounded by Cousins. Turnaround jumper, doesn't fall. Comes back out, Friesen with it. Alloa with contact, no call made. Wilson across to David Morgan, back to Wilson. There's Friesen, wide open, inside to Cousins. Friesen, 3-point attempt, it goes down. JT extends his lead to 14.
Again, John Taylor being very patient, passing that ball around. And there was a steal by Wilson, and he goes for the 2.
Mark Wilson gives the Pipers their biggest lead of the game. We have a timeout called by Murdoch McKay. 75-59, Pipers lead.
I got it full, right?
2 to go.
Guys, listen, you're getting the crap beat out of you. The refs are letting them do it. But don't let them get the ball. It's your ball. You can't just let them come and take it off you. You can't let them screen you. If they come to screen down, you got to get around it and close out. It's about being tough guys, and they're beating the crap out of you. And I know the refs are brutal. Man, they haven't made a call all game. But you got to dig down deep and play. We got to dig down. Now, we got to get it inside.
They're in trouble, call it. Okay? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Keep working. Don't do that! Work for all year, right? Now focus, get your mind into this. 4 minutes and 50 seconds. We finish the game if we can, okay? Let's go.
Things hot on the court, things hot in the huddles, Missy.
Well, I think one thing Coach Friesen's trying to do is anytime the coach is talking, you want the players to be listening. And it's very important that you keep your team focused. On the other side, Coach Richter probably trying to use that as more of a motivational speech. You know, it's up to the guys to play. You're not going to get any help from the referees, so go out there and play tough.
Hernandez comes down the court for the Klansmen. Kicks out to Markwick. Comes back to Alloa. Alloa works off the screen set by Roberts. And Roberts will get called for the foul on a moving screen. And that, I believe, will put the Pipers in the bonus situation. That's Roberts first. And yes, Wilson will go to the line in the bonus situation. 4:37 to go. 75-59. The Pipers lead it. The tattoo-clad Mark Wilson. This is the front end of the bonus. And again, we have a lane violation by the Klansmen.
And I believe it was once again called on Pepper Hernandez.
Wilson hits the first. Mike Porco reporting back into the game now for the Klansmen. He'll replace Hernandez.
Mike Porco, 6'5", and one of the grade 10s on the team.
So a promising future for Mike on this team, that's for sure. Wilson misses the second, but gets the rebound. Pipers set things up. Wilson gets fouled by Roberts from behind. Roberts picks up his second foul.
Well, Roberts doesn't look too happy with that foul being called, but it looked like he was reaching in on that steal.
Now they're starting to soak. They're starting to soak.
17-point lead for the Pipers, the biggest of the game. 4.5 minutes to go here in the fourth. Wilson misses the first, gets the rebound again. He goes up, misses the shot. Goes off the hands of the Pipers and out of bounds. Murdoch McKay inbounding the ball. Tucker to Alloa.
We're seeing some pressure, but very soft pressure being put on by John Taylor.
Alloa doing it all on his own again. Misses the shot, but guess what? He draws another foul. I believe this will go against that man, Mark Wilson. It does, and it's Wilson's fourth. Missy, let's get a look at that fourth foul by Mark Wilson.
Well, again, we're seeing Alloa drive in one-on-one there, and Mark Wilson getting in the way, called on the foul.
Alloa hits the first. And hits the second. Lead's cut to 15. Wilson to Morgan. Back to Friesen. 76-61 our score. 4:02 to go. Sean Coates and Missy Purchase, the whole sports show team, bringing you this action here tonight from the University of Winnipeg Stuckworth Center.
One thing we've seen all night, Sean, is the patience and the teamwork by John Taylor passing that ball around. Not a lot of one-on-one unless they have a breakaway.
The team game will win it for you most of the time, and it's certainly winning it right now for the Pipers. Cousins with that last basket. Roberts, three-point attempt. Doesn't go. Off the hands of the Pipers and out of bounds. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any comments about this broadcast or any of our other fine programming on Videon, we encourage you to call that number on your screen right now. It's our viewer response line. The number is 287-4567. Three-point attempt by Alloa goes off the plate. Cousins with the board, hands it off to Friesen.
Adam Friesen just slowing things down a little bit.
Gets the ball to Wilson. Over to David Morgan. Friesen with it. Across to Wilson. Piper's willing to kill as much clock as they can here with 3 minutes to go. They want to get into the provincial final. Friesen on the baseline, kicks out to Wilson. There's David Morgan. He goes up strong, and the ball drops for him. 19-point lead for the Pipers.
Well, Markwick was looking for a foul to be called there, but I'm not sure it wouldn't have been called against him because he didn't quite establish position underneath the basket there.
Roberts drives, kicks it across Alloa from the free throw line, fadeaway jumper. Not even close, but Tucker picks up the garbage and puts it down. Friesen breaks the pressure, gets it to Wilson. Back to Friesen. Wilson has to watch out from behind because Randy Roberts is trying to steal it from you.
John Taylor doing a good job of coming back and helping out their teammates when they're in trouble.
Piper's doing a good job of moving the ball around right now. Morgan on the drive, goes up, layup doesn't drop. Ball goes out of bounds, over to Murdoch McKay. They trail by 17 with 2:03 to go. Now 2 minutes even remaining in this semifinal. The winner will go on to play the Collège Jean-Sauvé Olympienne, who were victorious 78-66 over Kelvin earlier this evening. Markwick's turnaround hook doesn't go. Wilson setting things up for the Pipers. Friesen to Wilson.
Well, the time is slowly running down here and not working in Murdoch's favor.
Piper's moving the ball around on the perimeter. Then they turn it over. Roberts, bounce pass intercepted by Wilson. Wilson. Back to Friesen. Don't be surprised to see the Pipers play a four-corner game here. Lead pass, Mike Morgan underneath in traffic, loses the ball. Roberts with the steal. 1 minute even now remaining. It's a 17-point lead for the Pipers.
It looks like Coach Friesen doesn't want his players shooting the ball at all anymore.
Porco, easy layup, cuts the lead to 15. Klansman will have to think about fouling fairly soon, missing.
Sorry, Sean. Looks like John Taylor's just going to try and run down the clock here. There's not a 30-second shot clock, so they can run down as much time as possible.
The John Taylor Pipers will go on to the provincial final against the Collège Jean-Sauvé Olympienne. They lead it by 15 with 28 seconds to go. Some of the faithful in the crowd cheering the Klansmen on. As we see Randy Roberts and Shane Tucker ending their high school basketball careers. Roberts leaves the game unofficially with 28 points, 23 of which came in the first half. Wilson hits the front end of the bonus.
Run for Murdoch McKay, Randy Roberts, and Paul Alloa have played the last 4 years together.
Markwick comes out. Hernandez comes in. Markwick gets a good hand from the fans. Wilson hits them both. His team leads it by 17. They'll go on to face Collège Jean-Sauvé tomorrow night at 8 p.m. here at the University of Winnipeg's Duckworth Center. Hernandez with the ball. He puts up the three-pointer. It goes off the top of the structure. 10.7 seconds to go. Pipers will just try and run out the clock. Hernandez commits the foul. Coach Richter wants to talk to Pepper Hernandez.
All right. Come here. Now they beat us, right? That's okay, but we don't got to do anything to them, right? They played hard, all right? We played hard. You're okay.
Some good words from Grant Richter. They're trying to control the emotions of Pepper Hernandez.
I mean, we said it early on in the game. Everything goes on the line in a game like this, and it's certainly an emotional game. Teams have worked very hard to get to this point, and it's very disappointing disappointing and very hard to lose a game like this, but like Coach Richter said, Murdoch McKay played a very hard game.
Our final score, the John Taylor Pipers 84, the Murdoch McKay Klansmen 65. John Taylor will go on to meet the College Jean Sauvé Olympian tomorrow night at 8 p.m. here from the University of Winnipeg Stuckler Center. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have a wrap on tonight's action. You're watching the sports show here on Videon.